welcome back to my channel. My name is Kelsey, and around here we talk a whole lot about Young Living, supplements, oils, all the goodies. And along with that, I occasionally do put out videos about other topics like photography, my lifestyle choices, and other things like that. So today we are having a Young Living topic, and that is going to be my morning supplement. I never really used supplements before I joined Young Living, so this has been a little bit of an adjustment for me. I just didn't really see the appeal until I joined Young Living, and I started trying a couple things out. I had heard good things about things like Super B, and I had heard good things about Themagen, and I was like, okay, well, I guess I'll try a few. Well, I started trying supplements, and my initial introduction to supplements was going to be the first product that we talk about, which is Super B. And I was, of course, still a little skeptical, but once I tried it, I realized, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Like, I feel better. Like, this stuff really works. And part of me wonders if that's because the supplements that I was taking before weren't really that great, like the ones that I did occasionally try or test out and just was like, I don't really see the benefit in this. I think a lot of that may be due to the fact that the supplements I was taking just really weren't that good. They didn't really have a good high content of necessary vitamins that you would expect to be in your supplements. So it is a little disappointing to think back on, like, oh wow, like, that's kind of crazy that the numbers are so low on something like that. So I was never into supplements. So joining Young Living and getting into the routine of taking supplements and trying new things has been a game changer for me. And honestly, it's one of those things that with Young Living, I honestly would still choose Young Living for the supplements if I didn't even have oils. Like, I really do love their supplements, and it has made a huge difference for me. Okay, so first, like I was saying, we're gonna start with Super B. Super B is this supplement right here. Absolutely my favorite. It's not really a little round tablet, but it's fairly small, and it's bright yellow. Let me tell you later on, a little bit of a TMI, your pee might be neon. It's because of the high concentration of B vitamins in the supplement. It just kind of changes the color, and it's one of the funkiest aspects of it, but I'll tell you what, the benefits are entirely worth it. I take my supplement and I have way more energy, and I've heard people who have had insane success stories with Super B. So for me, it gives me a really good energy boost, and I feel like I can go about my day in a really productive way. Because for the most part I'm going to be working from home, I'm really going to be relying on this particular supplement to help get me through and keep me energized, and so I really am going to be relying on Super B. Super B contains B1, B2, B3, B5, B6, B7, B9, and of course B12. If you're someone who really struggles to have energy, or say you've got little ones and you're just not quite functioning at the level that you feel you need to every day, I highly recommend getting some Super B. Just test it out. It's one of the least expensive supplements in my opinion, considering the value. You do get 60 tablets. I personally take one in the morning, sometimes two, if I really feel like, okay, today is a big day. Like, if I'm going and I'm gonna photograph a wedding, I'm probably gonna take 2 Super Bs because I need that energy boost. There are a lot of people who do take 2 on a regular basis first thing in the morning. And they always take 2. I know some people who take 3. And that's like their perfect number. For me, 1 is enough. If I take more than 1, sometimes I actually get sleepy. So it just depends. Like, do I have enough B vitamins that I'm getting in my diet that I'm like, oh, well, I had such and such food the other day. or last night, maybe today I won't need the Super B. And there are some days where I don't take Super B and I'm good to go. Like, my energy levels are fine and I feel great. And then there are other days where I'm like, oh, I'm gonna need a Super B tomorrow. I had a ton of like fatty food yesterday and I already feel groggy and I know I'm gonna feel groggy tomorrow. So that's one of my have-to-haves. Next, we're gonna talk about multigreens. So the Young Living multigreens, I'm so sorry y'all, like the light is just so bright for these bottles. So multigreens is one of my other morning supplements, and once again it is another vitality kind of energy boosting supplement that you can take in the morning. It's a great source of antioxidants. It kind of helps give your liver a little bit of extra care, which is awesome. At least that's from my experience. I do like to have a little bit to drink sometimes, and so I do want to give my liver a little bit of extra support. I just feel like that's important as someone who's young and still going and having a good time with her friends and her husband, and you know, we're newly married and we're still enjoying ourselves and our little bit of carefree life that we do have right now. So that's just kind of my experience, and so this has been really, really great just to kind of help keep me healthy. Multigreens has got alfalfa sprouts, barley grass, bee pollen is actually probably one of my favorite ingredients in all of this, because I don't know if you're, I mean, some people know, but bee pollen can sometimes be really good for allergies. So if you really struggle with bad allergies, if you have a little bit of bee pollen, typically it's supposed to be more of like a local bee pollen, but a little bit does help. So love, love, love my multigreens. My next supplement that you aren't technically supposed to take every single day because of the way that it can kind of affect some of the natural hormones and chemicals that are created in your body. Kind of like melatonin, like if you take too much melatonin and then your body kind of stops to produce it, it's a little like that. So with CortiStop, which is probably one of my newest like favorite supplements, is the CortiStop. There are 60 capsules in this bottle, and the instructions are to take 2 capsules in the morning before breakfast, and then if desired you can take another 2 capsules before bedtime, and it says to use daily for 8 weeks and discontinue for at least 2 to 4 weeks before resuming. So basically they're just saying, hey, like, don't take it every single day forever because it may not do your body a whole lot of good. So I personally have been more comfortable just kind of taking 1 a day instead of taking 2 or 4. I take 1 a day first thing in the morning, and I'll skip a week here and there just to kind of mix it up, or I'll skip like 3 or 4 or 5 days, or like if I go on a little vacation, then I won't worry about my CortiStop unless I feel like it's going to be like a really stressful vacation, which hopefully if you're going on vacation it's not super stressful. This kind of goes hand in hand. If you kind of notice the label, it says CortiStop. So if you have issues with high cortisol levels and you deal with a lot of stress and a lot of anxiety, I know that I deal with that. I personally deal with a lot of stress and a lot of anxiety, and so I've also noticed that my body is having some pretty negative reactions to all of that stress and anxiety and frustration, and so my cortisol levels have been insanely high, and I know it and I can feel it, and I'm seeing the signs of all of that in my daily life. I've started to gain a little bit of weight, which I've never had an issue with before. I'm getting acne, and I'm always feeling tired, and it's kind of crazy because I feel tired in parts of the day where I used to not feel that tired, and that's actually a lot of the signs of having high cortisol levels. And so for me, I was like, okay, well, how can I help that? How can I make myself feel just a little bit better? And so I decided, per a recommendation of one of my friendly Young Living sisters, hey, you should really try out this supplement. Like, it's called CortiStop, and I really think that you may see some good benefit from it. And she was absolutely right, and I could not say better things about it, and it's really, really helping me in this journey to getting myself back onto a healthier routine and a healthier track. My last supplement that I take first thing in the morning is going to be the Super Cal Plus. Oh my gosh, there we go. You can kind of see it. Super Cal Plus. There are usually 60 capsules also in this bottle, and the instructions, of course, tell you to take 2 capsules daily with food. I personally only take 1. You guys know me, I'm a little bit more frugal. I would really rather have my supplements last longer. So instead of 1 month's worth of supplements, I have 2 months worth because there are 60 capsules. So that's just my personal preference. That's how I prefer to go when it comes to my supplements. A lot of people are like, oh my gosh, no, follow directions exactly. Or, oh my gosh, no, like take more of certain ones, kind of like the Super Bee. They want to take more. That's totally up to them and what they feel comfortable with. There's a lot of people who experiment, and, you know, kudos to you for experimenting and getting out there and trying something new. That's okay, whatever. You do you. You do you, boo, okay? Super Cal Plus has things like calcium, magnesium, vitamin K, and vitamin D, which are all super, super good for bone health and density and just kind of keeping your overall bone structure healthy, which is just so necessary, and especially in today's world. We lack so many vitamins in our food. We don't grow and produce foods like we used to do back years ago when there were tons of minerals and natural things that needed to be in our food. Our foods lack that now, so we have to take things like supplements to make up for the lack thereof from our diets. So I have a little bit of an issue with things like milk and a lot of the sources that we get some of these vitamins from. So I have to have a little bit of an extra option. I have some major tooth sensitivity, and my teeth struggle with, like, because my teeth lack enamel and they lack just, they're kind of, my dentist says that they're kind of soft in certain areas, and so I decided that this might actually be a really good option for me. So I decided to try out the Super Cal Plus just to see if it would help with a little bit of the sensitivity that I was having in my teeth due to the softness of certain little portions. And it actually has helped. In all honesty, during times that I don't forget to take my supplements, because it happens, my teeth do feel better. They really do feel better. So along with actually taking care of my teeth from the outside and then also taking care of my teeth on the inside, I feel so much more confident eating things that I really enjoy. I love sour candy, and it's like the one thing that I've had to just say no to. And there are things as you get older, of course, and you turn into a grown-up, that you have to be like, okay, I know my limits. I can have like 3 gummy worms covered in sour citric acid and then move on, because I can't have too much. Anywho, so those are my supplements that I take first thing in the morning. I only have 4 right now. I'm sure eventually I'll add more, and in the event that I do, I will let you guys know. And when I get my supplements, if you guys see something and I don't really share with you, okay, are you gonna take that in the morning? Are you gonna take it at night? Like, what are you gonna do? Feel free to comment down below and ask me, like, hey, I'm looking at your monthly wellness box video. You just got this new supplement. What are you gonna do with it? Feel free to comment, ask me questions. I would love to share with you. I would love to tell you about it and explain the best that I can on how my routine goes with each of my supplements. So that is the conclusion of our video. Thank you so much for tuning in this week. I'm so glad that you are here. If you haven't already, go ahead and connect with me over on Instagram. My username is MissKelseyDWMRS. And then over on TikTok as well, it will be the same username. And my Pinterest is Lady K Designs LLC. I have so much going on over there. I've got pins about essential oils, I've got pins about photography and weddings, and if you're in the wedding planning, like anything, you should check it out. It's way fun over there, and I am so thankful for you guys. If this video was helpful for you, go ahead and give it a like. give it that little thumbs up down there. If you haven't already, go ahead and click subscribe. I would really appreciate having you guys stick around and here to check out the next video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Much love, guys. Bye.